You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
Oh, damn it. Hey, kids, welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast. I'm your host, Aaron Weinbaum, and the big damn it is because the camera was great, and then it wasn't. Oh, we got her fixed, I think. Okay, beautiful. All right, today we are picking the fights for Moraes versus Assuncao 2, UFC Fortaleza, the second ESPN event. So awesome. I'm looking forward to that. It should be a great card. This is week 2 of the green screen, so if you're on the video, forgive me for any inconsistencies, I should say. And also, if you are on the YouTube, feel free to hit subscribe. And if you're listening to the podcast, thank you. Keep listening. Spread the word. And thank you to my sponsors tonight, Ecamm Beta and Spreaker. Spreaker, you can host your own podcast for under $6 a month. All the details are on my website. Enough of that. Let's get to the fights. First up, we have on the undercard, Thiago Alves versus Max Griffin. Wow. This is interesting because I think way back UFC 100 that GSP may have broken Thiago Alves just a little bit. You know, he was the next big thing. He was coming on strong. But let's take a look at his record here. Thiago Alves lost to Alexia Concheco. And this is way back here, September. Loses to Curtis Millender, the KO of the knee. I remember that. He beats Patrick Catay. But that's way back, April 2017. Then you got Max Griffin. He also lost to Curtis Millender, a decision. But he beats Mac Perry. Loses before that. Wins. All right. And he loses to Colby Covington. This is tough. I like Thiago Alves. He's old school. He's been around forever. He's had his weight issues in the past. I think that's behind him. He even tried to make lightweight at some point, but I don't think that worked out for him. As much as I like to go with the veteran here, I think I'm going to go with Max Griffin. And those of you just joining on the Periscope, feel free to jump on in and help me pick some fights here. All right, next up, we have Charles the Bronx Oliveira versus David Teymur. I feel like Oliveira just fought. Yeah, he did. He just fought December. So, beating Jim Miller's sick rear naked choke 1 minute, 15 seconds into the very, very first round. This was, of course, the famous Lee versus Iaquinta. Same Al card. And before that, he beats Christos Giagos, Clay Guida, loses to Paul Felder. That's way back December 2017. Beats Will Brooks. And then, he's been really good at 155. He talks about going back to 145. I don't think he's made it. I think he's missed weight like 4 times. Crazy. David Teymur, on the other hand, beats Nick Lentz decision, beats Drakkar Klose, the preferred cologne of the 90s. Beats Lando Venata. I actually picked Lando on that, funky Lando Venata. But, yeah, I think the Bronx is hot. I think Charles Oliveira takes this, probably submits him. I mean, he's just way underrated in the submission game. So, yeah. Next up, Demian Maia. Man, what a run. What a run of bad luck he's had versus Lyman. Good. Okay. You say what you want about Demian and his losing streak, but he has literally lost to the top 3 welterweights in his last 3 fights. Tyron Woodley, Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman. None of these had the finish. For that, he has wins over Jorge Masvidal, Carlos Condit, Matt Brown, Gunnar Nelson, Neil Magny, Ryan LaFleur. Woo! Big old list. Then you got the up-and-comer Lyman Good. Just beat Ben Saunders. I want to say, it was November, not very long ago. Loses against Elizu Dos Santos. Zaleski Dos Santos. Beats Andrew Craig. Beats Don Burrell. Okay, listen, here's the deal. I hate to play the who has he beat game, but I'm going to. Demian Maia is a veteran. He's only lost against the absolute top ranked competition in the welterweight division. Lyman good. Who's he beat? So we're going with Demian Maia. Probably a decision. You never know. The old Demian could show up. He could take him down. He could submit him. You don't know. I don't know. Let's watch together on ESPN Plus, shall we? Co-main event of the evening: José Aldo versus Renato Moicano. I think, in Brazil, if José Aldo wants to be the main event, José Aldo is the main event, but he's not. He's not the main event. And it's okay. He only has to do 3 rounds, which means he could really turn on the intensity. His only losses, since when? Since 2004, 2005. Conor McGregor and twice to Max Holloway. Probably 3 of the best guys in the 145 division to do it, or 2 of the best guys, rather. Beats Jeremy Stephens. I had Stephens up and coming and beating him, but, man, José Aldo knocked him cold with a body punch, I believe. Wow. Good for him. But then you got the up-and-comer, Renato Moicano. Just beat Cub Swanson. Just beat Calvin Kattar. Loses to Brian Ortega. A submission in the 3rd round. Bummer. Beats Jeremy Stephens. Decision. A fight I would like to see someday, even if it's not for a title, I would love to see Brian Ortega, José Aldo, even if that means getting back in that top spot for him if he wins that fight. But, man, it's more of the who's he beat game, I think. I think José Aldo, I think he's coming back. I think he's going to win this. And he's talking retiring in 2019, and that may very well happen. So, José Aldo, I think he's not even picked to win this. I think he's going to come in for the upset. Beat Renato Moicano. Next up, the main event of the evening: Raphael Assuncao versus Marlon Moraes. First up, Raphael. Wow, he's beaten Rob Font, Matthew Lopez. Marlon has a win over Marlon, which is crazy. A split decision. It could have went either way. But that's way back, June 2017. Sick win over Aljamain Sterling, because I thought Aljamain really won that fight. I don't like it. Loses to DJ Dillashaw, who avenged the loss. Man, gosh, that's way back 2016. I feel like it was a lot sooner. He's beaten Brian Caraway. He's beaten Pedro Munoz. And, of course, aforementioned another split win against TJ. So, Marlon, the man of the hour. He's the man of the hour because he hasn't lost since Assuncao. Beats John Dodson in a split decision. Really sick knockout of Aljamain Sterling. I didn't like seeing that, where Aljamain says he dabbed. He did. And unexpected knockout of Jimmy Rivera. And let's not forget that Aljamain and Jimmy are fighting soon on the very first big ESPN card. So either one wins that, they're right back in contention, I think. But let's pick this. Although I like to go with the guy that has the win over the other guy, I think Marlon is the man of the hour. And until he gets stopped, I think he's going to continue to be the man of the hour. He will fight next after, probably for the title or an interim title if TJ goes back down to 125. And we could talk about that all day. But this is not the MMA Fight Recap podcast. This is the MMA Fight Picks podcast. But I don't want to ever see TJ cut down to 125 pounds again. He looked bad, and usually you expect the guy to be kind of filled in a little bit a day after the weight cut. He looked like a cartoon. It was not easy. It was not easy to watch. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. But Marlon, for the win, into title contention, and that's it. Thank you for joining the MMA Fight Picks podcast. I will be back again next week. By the way, I was 2 for 2 last week. Bader wins, and Henry OK Corrales wins in the Bellator event. Yes, I pick Bellator sometimes as well. But that's it for me. And until next time, this is Aaron Weinbaum saying shalom.
Please remember remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.
Are you looking for a permanent home for your podcast? Well, Spreaker can do it all. Spreaker will give you your own RSS feed that you can submit to other platforms, including iTunes. Spreaker's mobile app will let you record from your smartphone, or you can use their web-based console with everything you need to record. Their podcasting plans include being able to host multiple shows at no extra charge. Got a YouTube channel? Spreaker's got you covered. You can effortlessly upload your podcast audio to your channel. You can even move your current podcast to Spreaker without losing any of your iTunes subscribers. Try any plan 30 days for free using promo code ASW.